Hey, I've got a question. Were you one of the Norman who traveled with Artorias?
Why, sure! Are you a relative of his or something?
Tell me, what happened here?
No can do! That ain't something I can just go blabbing about!
I'm a follower of Melchior's, who in turn stood behind Claudin. Please, we'd like to know.
Well then, this place is where Claudin died. It all happened more than 10 years ago. Claudin had taken an oath never to kill, but he broke it to save the life of Artorias, his most beloved disciple.
Another death on his hands.
Nah, Artorias didn't do nothing wrong. There was no other way Claudin could have saved the boy. Besides, Claudin had nearly stretched that oath to its limits. Claudin believed in the purity of Artorias' spirit. He entrusted his hopes and the very future of the world to his disciple. Sad thing is, Artorias just kept blaming and blaming himself for the death of his master.
That sounds like him.
So he tried to do everything he could to live up to Claudin's ideals, with no one else to help. He traveled the world teaching folks about Malachine and them dreadful demons, and how important it is to have a pure heart. But people had lived in peace so long, they didn't care for his stories. And in the end, the four Empyreans drifted into slumber. Once again, Artorias felt he had nobody to blame but himself. So what did he do? He started talking about how if we stuck with him, he'd turn us into demons. So he journeyed to the east, all by his lonesome.
He went east.
Say! How is Artorias doing these days? What's he been up to?
Thanks for sharing your story. I know it must not be the easiest thing to talk about.
Midgand has become a dangerous place. You should go back to Norman Island before you turn into a demon.
So, our young head exorcist, racked with despair and helplessness, gave everything up and headed to the east! So then, to Eastgand, I guess?
Maybe to a ball?
Velvet, why don't we stop in a ball? I feel like we're being called there.
Yeah, I feel it too.
Once I saw this place, it all started to make sense. Artorias must have lived a happy and peaceful life here.
Who are you?
Who, me? I'm a Norman who traveled the continent with Artorias years ago. He's been on my mind quite a lot lately. So I followed a rumor that led me here.
That Princessia. Were you the one who put it out?
Nope, wasn't me. It was already here when I arrived. Do you know the deeper symbolic meaning behind the Princessia flower?
It can mean an irreplaceable treasure, or that you wish them well for years to come.
Then the one who planted it was...
Yep, that's right. The person lying in this grave saved the life of a certain someone who had been worn down and broken by his mission. Thank you. The poor fellow. He was always so serious. So deadly, deadly serious. And he was practically always being strangled by his own conscience. So much so that he deluded himself into believing he needed to erase the emotions of the human race he so dearly loved. Please, if I may, somehow, some way, set the poor guy free.
Oh, I intend to. But my version of setting him free might be a bit different from yours.
Well, I'm still counting on you, Lord of Calamity.
I think I understand Artorias' past now.
Yeah. No matter who you are or how far up the chain you climb, life never entirely goes your way.
You said it. As much as he claims to be a man of reason, he still managed to give in to sentiment enough to plant flowers here.
Not only can he not protect the ones he loves, he can't even permit himself to be free.
Indeed. But I think that's human nature, too. I suppose. But I'd also say he has an inner strength like no one else. He lost his master and his wife, and yet he overcame those failures to rise again as the shepherd.
I get that. But it doesn't absolve his crimes. I have to settle the score with him.
Yeah. I'll be with you until the very end, Velvet. Are you sure that's really something you want to say in front of your sister's gravesite?
All the more reason. She should hear this.
Everyone knows that the scariest demons are found on Class 4 islands.
Yes. The Abbey's made sure to spread the word so that people don't put themselves in danger.
Yeah, and from what I know, the worst of the lot is a place called Boss Island.
Boss Island? I don't think I've ever heard of it.
I'd be surprised if you had. It's just a name we pirates gave it. All the biggest and baddest of demons come to that island to fight and kill each other.
So that's why you call it Boss Island! I'm just glad they're killing each other off and leaving us alone!
I bet it makes for quite the show, too. Maybe give it a name, like Ultimate Demon Fighting Championship or something!
Oh, that's a great idea! It sounds so festive. Bet it'd be fun!
Oh yes, you could even be the star of the whole show! There you'd be, standing alone against the nastiest critters around! I guarantee you'll have all of Midgand moved to tears.
Eek! Forget about them! I'll be the one crying if I tried that!
Poor Bienfu. Every time Mogulu teases him, I feel like I could cry too.
good at beating up the weak ones.
Devour! Defying conviction! Negasonic thrust! Bring down! Rising Falcon! Gotcha! Defying conviction! Rising Falcon! Gotcha! Rising Falcon! Negasonic thrust! Take that! Devour! Take that! Devour! Here's through! Pressure! Take that! Devour! Take that! The tail! Shape! Infernal Torrent! Infernal Torrent! Lavender is rolling together! The tail! Infernal Torrent! Take that! The tail! Earthquake! Infernal Torrent! Roaring Thunder! Roaring Thunder! Blizzard! Rising Falcon! Roaring Thunder! Dragon! Whirling Top! Infernal Torrent! Stand! I'll help you! Take that! I won't go easy on you! Hot Storm! Take that! Ice Storm! Stop it! Devour! Die! Rising Falcon!
You're wide open! Burn! Die or be killed!
Rising Falcon! Rising Falcon! Take that! Devour! Take that! Devour! Take that! Devour! Rising Falcon! Take that! Devour! Defying conviction! Megasonic thrust! Earthquake! Rising Falcon! Gotcha! Defying conviction! Infernal Torrent! Take that! Devour! Burning Moon! Die! Is it hot or is it your tail? Infernal Torrent! Take that! Your tail! Shake the heavens!
Rip them apart!
Take this! Take over! Devour! Thermal Cure! No mercy! Wounds that won't heal! Carved into flesh! Lethal pay! Take that! Devour! Roaring Thunder! Take that! Devour! Let it pierce through! Conviction! Take that! Attack! Defying conviction! Crimson Defying conviction! Take that! Attack! Whirl! Rising Falcon! Here it comes! Take that! Attack! Ride! Defying conviction! Let's take that! Attack! Thermal Skewer! Take that! Devour! Roaring Thunder! Rising Falcon! Thermal Skewer! Take that! Attack! Rising Falcon! Attack! Take that! Burning Moon! Attack! Earthquake! Animal! Take that! Attack! Take that! Attack! Rising Falcon! Thermal Skewer! Finish! Here's through! Rising Falcon! Take that! Devour! Spell Absorber! Take that! Attack! Rising Falcon! That's the end for you!
What an easy victory.
I am invincible!
We've been to all of the Class 4 islands now.
No matter how many monsters we beat up, they just keep coming!
After years of neglect, malevolence has seeped into the very bones of those places. No matter how many times we hunt them, more come.
Well, I can't complain. They make for good training.
You look pretty happy, Eleanor.
I am. When I think about how we've gone into places too dangerous for the Abbey and aided the public's safety, it makes me feel good.
Sticking your neck out for the Abbey when it wouldn't do the same for you sounds like a fool's errand to me.
I don't think so. There's a certain strength to be gained in doing things like that.